Chef Silk on the damn cast, man. Yeah, I thought this was overtime, man. Yo, welcome back to an episode of God knows what, Footy Fanatics TV. We did lost count of episodes. That's a heads up. We got my boy Sultan. He was absent last week. He had the coronavirus.
I know y'all missed me, man. I had that shit.
He had the coronavirus.
You gonna have to put a public apology out for saying that now.
You deli now.
Yeah,
I'm deli. Ain't nothing wrong. You got sick off the coronavirus. Like, that's life.
Alright, give it up, man. Next person.
We got your boy Kiko.
How we doing?
It's a pleasure. We doing great, buddy. And we got your man D Ships.
It's popping.
What's goody? And then, of course, your one and only Oski. And this podcast is brought to you by
Oski Eats, man. Come get the heat.
As you see Chef Silk in the building, we cooking on this cast as well.
That buffalo chicken casserole.
Hit different. Now, let's talk. You know, I was watching. You gonna get it later. But back to I seen a great video yesterday. Off topic. I seen a skinny man talk to like an 800-pound bear. I don't know how that works. Yeah, put that hat down.
We gonna put the video in the video. So y'all gonna see what really happened. Yeah, man.
So what I was trying to talk. I was watching the Inter AC game today, guys.
Fresh off the result.
So what made me tune in? Obviously, it's both teams. When
turn that off.
Both teams, the derby's crazy when they both of them see each other. But I mean, AC hasn't been the same AC that we've been watching for the past years. 100%. So I was like, all right, let me tune into this game. I'll just give it a shot. Ibra's back, so I got it. It's already first half 2-0 up. Second half was insane. The fact that Inter comes back with 4 goals off a whole United team, basically, that's starting. It drives me nuts.
United about to win a title this year.
United technically is gonna win the title. Like it's mind blowing. And honestly, like Ashley Young had a great game. Alexis assisted. Lukaku had a goal, and there goes your United players. Eriksen came off the bench, hit the post off of like a 50-yard foul that he took, and it was a crazy indirect, like a direct free kick. Right. And then Victor Moses with the last minute assist, and it was a beautiful ball, and he just came on the field. He had not touched the ball the whole 10 minutes that he was on the game. Mm-hmm. But then last minute he a ball. Bro. So does that show you a transition in the Serie A?
I'm gonna tell you something. Not a transition with Serie A. Conte, the guy does not get enough credit, bro. He came to Chelsea, revolutionized us. We finished. I mean, albeit we didn't have Champions League that year, he came through. We finished 10th the season before. He came in. Saw what was wrong. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. Changed the whole set. He gave the remember that infamous Arsenal game 3-0 we lost?
Yeah.
After that, he changed it to a 3-5-2.
Yeah.
He came in similar to Inter. I mean, they weren't as dead as Milan, but they've been dead for a couple of years now. He's come in now. I think they're second now behind Juve?
Yeah.
No, they're first.
They're
in first after the result, right?
After
my bad.
The result for
they're in first, but they're tied on points.
But you see, he's come in and he's like, I feel like not really a quality change because Lukaku's good, but he's not great. Ashley Young's not that great. Moses not that great. But culture, he's changed the culture of the team.
Do you think that speaks about the level of the Italian football nowadays? Or is it the players that are completely performing in the league?
I mean, when it comes to a lot of people thinking we got to mention that Ashley Young was starting as United.
He was.
He was our captain.
Yeah, but he wasn't an asset.
He wasn't an asset, but he was still starting for a team that was fighting for top 4. For a team that won a Europa League, for a team that made top 4.
He wasn't starting this season either.
I mean, because this was after last season, but under Mourinho, he was just starting left back. So that's a mention. It's not like Ashley Young was a terrible player. Lukaku, come on, good, bad season. Season was 16 goals. Alexis is Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez stats with Arsenal was insane. The minute he signed to United, that's when everything just went through. And I even thought like his stats would double. Because, like, all right, he's playing next to Pogba. He has more players than just Ozil.
Quality players.
You know what I'm saying? He has Lukaku next to him. He could feed him. So I thought, like, all right, there's going to be something going on there.
But even someone like Moses. Moses was dead. He was out of here.
Nah, but honestly, he had revived his career at Chelsea.
At Chelsea. He really
with
who? Under who?
Under Conte. He really liked his style of play. This is what I was mentioning a couple episodes again. At the end of the day, it's not about what type of player you are. Some players are not bad. It's about
what system you're in.
Exactly. What system can you fit? And is it working for Conte? 100%. Let me go thrift shop. Hey, listen, you're thrift shopping, but listen.
The right players.
You're getting the right players for the cheap. Let me try to win the Scudetto. and then let me get Champions League ball next season. So then I could use this cheap. Then I could generate money to now spend on players I need. Come on, Lautaro.
Bro, Enrique has said in the past, someone who I don't rate at all, but who was probably the best wing back in Europe at the time at Chelsea was who? Marcos Alonso.
Yeah.
Under Conte, one of the best wing backs
That
in the
actually
league.
blows my mind because Alonso was a key player during that Conte season, and now he can't even make this.
He can't even.
A lot of
it
players.
goes back to this
A lot
one.
of
The
players.
system. If you got the right players in the right system, they'll look like they're world beaters.
But this is the thing though. So, yeah, it could be the league, but it's like all the things point towards the league solely because Alexis Sanchez, before the transfer to United, everybody could say it's United's problem, right? Oh, Lukaku, Young, Sanchez, they just weren't performing at United. But then you're gonna have Victor Moses, who's gonna be playing, we haven't seen much from him either. But from Alexis, this is my point here. When he first came to United, prior to that transfer over to United, Alexis was in a slump at Arsenal.
A little bit, yeah.
And everybody was convinced that he wants to just push out the transfer, this and that, and he's just playing bad because he's forcing his hand against Arsenal. Continued the slump against United and comes into the Italian league and now starts performing like this. He looks back at his levels where he was at Arsenal or maybe even better.
Yeah.
So, you got to think about it. It's a whole different type of league with different, adaptations. But these players are coming in adapting quick. I don't know if you got to, put that on the manager, put that on the players, or put that on the league.
I mean,
but it all adds up.
Look at it. Napoli was one of the only teams that defeated Liverpool this season, and they're sitting 10th in the league of Serie A. So I don't think it's a terrible league because no league is a terrible league.
But here's my thing, though, but to cut you off, a lot of these guys, Sanchez, Lukaku, even Ashley Young, say all you want about his form, but dude's won.
Who, Ashley Young?
He's used to winning culture because he's played under Fergie.
This is what...
they come in with that mentality,
perfect.
like you said.
But what I want to mention, at the end of the day, if you want to relate, I'm not taking any credit from Inter Milan being a big club, but if you name your top 4 biggest clubs in the world right now, no doubt United is top 10, even though they're not. Let's even say top 5.
The United.
Let's talk about history
United
too.
Oh, you mean like just size
top
of the club?
5 name of the club.
Name of the
so
club.
I feel like players like Lukaku, Ashley Young, anything that goes wrong, they're gonna get so much scrutiny for being, I'm a Manchester United player.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to really wear that badge, technically saying. Now let's go to Inter. Okay, I'm gonna go to Inter Milan. There wasn't really much. Come on, last time we heard of Inter was Mourinho era.
It was Mourinho.
You know what I'm saying? After that, they were still trying to rebuild. So, was it really the answer? I mean, you got to look at it
you're right.
It's just the scrutiny that they're going.
Pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Different type of pressure.
Different. The only thing is, it's different in Italy. In Italy, they're a huge club, but for us around the world, they're top 15.
Top 15 club.
Top 15
No,
club.
100%. But if you look at it
because they're still, in my opinion, they're still not. They're not a bigger the club than AC Milan.
100%.
Yeah,
No club is really. I mean, AC Milan history, but that's what
honestly,
hurts me seeing AC Milan how it is right now.
Juve's the closest. It's Juve. It's Milan.
Nah, right now
I wouldn't
Juve's
even put.
top
I don't
5.
even think AC
Oh, no,
Milan's
in
top
history.
10
I'm
of the
talking
biggest
history.
teams right now.
I mean, but what I gotta give them, their top. Sorry, my bad. But their top 5. Who's the top 5? They got Lazio, Roma, Juve, Inter,
And AC.
and AC and Atlanta. I think is up there too.
Atlanta right now is 4.
Yeah, but their top.
size.
Yeah, but those 5 in AC, always was the same teams that we heard about back in the day. Well, maybe Fiorentina throwing in there.
Yeah.
But that same 5 was because you had Roma every Champions League show up. Inter at one point every Champions League was showing up. AC, if they're not playing it, they were playing it, but AC was the one that was actually dominating the league. Look back, AC's lineup used to be so scary.
In the past, AC's lineup was extremely insane.
The whole Italian league.
But the thing is, you're saying that AC Milan is still, I think you said it that they're still that big of a club and their structure is that big.
Right.
I don't believe so anymore because if you look at it, look at these clubs. Let's look at Liverpool. Let's look at United. Let's look at these clubs that did fall from grace, right, from the top flight of football, and they dropped down. These clubs are always contending top 4, 3,
At
2,
least.
getting world-class players into the squad, always bringing in revenue. The name was always there, bringing in Champions League in football. Sometimes not, sometimes they are, but most of the time, this club was doing something.
They're still relevant.
AC Milan, after the world-class era that they had with Maldini and all these players, they fell off, and we haven't seen much from them ever since.
I knew they were.
That's why I'm saying they dropped their status from almost, they were like top 5, top 10 at the time.
Yeah.
And they just dropped completely from
They were a
from
joke
where
to
they're
me
at.
when they got Balotelli, guys like that. I was
Who?
like,
Who?
Milan.
Talking about Milan.
But the
When
thing,
they signed him from Liverpool, I was like, oh,
the
they're
thing is
a joke.
about, we talked about this last episode, financial play guys. Milan was never the type to come drop money on players.
But they got in a little trouble too, though. I think
They got in a
Because
little
they tried it, but they knew they couldn't get it.
and it went out their way. So Milan is right now trying to live off that. Let's recruit, get these, and they're at a point now where kids are like, all right, I gotta go now. Like I'm not gonna sit here and play.
And that's why they're always gonna struggle.
Yeah,
Bro,
so
that's why they're always
there was
struggle.
no consistency.
No matter
Remember
what.
they how many managers they had? Remember they were every other month.
Yeah.
They were had a new
but
coach.
they're a legacy club, so it's gonna come back when they get the proper coach, and then when the proper coach gets the proper players that he gets in, and then now they're dominating back on European, TV basically. So now the money's coming in.
I would
So
love
now-
to see them back in Champions League.
100%. It's gonna happen. Just like how Inter is coming back.
Yeah.
Just like how Liverpool came back. It's literally just meant to be. But you need a fall. Big clubs like that have a fall, and Manchester United is the new AC Milan.
But here's what I will say this though.
That's a big
They
big
should
statement.
take a-
Nah,
Don't say that.
I'm
Don't say
let
that.
Ricky finish. He
I
has
I was
a good
gonna
point.
say what AC Milan should do is take a page of what Inter just did, in the sense where you throw all this money at a world class manager.
Have them rebuild.
I would write a blank check to Allegri. Hey, listen,
Come back.
what do you? Because the thing is, the only reason why I'm saying Allegri is because you've said this before about him. Whatever you want to say about him, he is a world class man.
It's proven.
Allegri is a world class
Won
man.
trophies.
We can sit here
He'll
and say
change the culture.
Yeah.
Who's their manager now? Pioli.
Pioli.
Yo.
He's not bad, but he's
Yo.
not the answer.
the thing is, we could sit here and say, look,
That's like Solskjaer.
No, listen. We could sit here and say like, yo, AC Milan could write a blank check to any manager, but this starts from beyond the manager.
Yeah.
This starts from the board.
deeper.
Whether they're gonna decide to re-evolutionize the team and stuff like that. So not only is it the manager, they need to start fixing stuff in the club, and they need to start bringing in revenue.
Isn't he
And
locked
this is why I think Omar's completely wrong at this statement, because no matter where United's gonna fall, they're always gonna be top 5 because of the revenue they bring, because of their name.
Exactly, because I was gonna hit on that.
Okay, but
There's a difference. Hold on. There's a difference between a super club and a big club. United's a super club.
Facts.
That's a club.
Milan
that,
was a super club though. They were.
I know.
No.
They
but
were
you
a
know-
big club.
I don't
A
think they're
super
a super
club is Madrid. A super
Don't-
club is Bayern. These
Club
teams
is
will
not-
never.
You wouldn't-
They
you
will
wouldn't say
never
Milan
fall.
was a super club?
They will never.
Eight-
What?
None of these, because these clubs
Between like
Madrid?
90, 95.
Madrid?
No, Milan.
no,
95
but
to
it's
like
different though.
2005.
But this is the difference though. They're a super
Arrigo
club.
Sacchi, those era.
But this is where you're not
Financial-wise, this is where it
exactly.
comes, bro.
They're a
Financially.
super
Yeah,
club
100%.
because of the talent
on the
and
field.
on the field product. But when I say super clubs, despite the shambles that is United, they're going to be top 5 in selling shirts. They're going to be revenue.
it's just, this is the thing about United. United has so many fans.
Yeah.
That's what
Fan
it
base
brings
is
in
big.
money.
Yeah,
Exactly.
fan base is big.
Forget the money. Forget the money. Both of them. Don't look at it. Oh, it's a super
It's a
club. or not.
global. It's a global
Because
show.
at the end of the
It's a
day,
brand. There you go.
AC Milan was the team that smoked United 3-0.
You can't forget money.
But
You can't forget money.
No, I'm
It's not what we're talking about.
You're never. Look, it's like there's some people who always think, AKA Real Madrid was doing it at one point. I'm gonna buy fame. I'm gonna buy trophies. You're never gonna buy fame or trophies. And the only club that could fake succeeded with that was Manchester City. And look at them now. So yeah, that could last a year or two. But after that, you're not gonna buy your way to success.
No, but that's 100. I think we all agree with that. But we're talking about the topic.
Okay,
of,
but now let me finish. You're talking a Manchester United that dominated for decades the Premier League, dominated history. The last time we've seen a title was 7 years ago. AC Milan is a club that could relate. That was a team that dominated Italy. When you looked,
It's
No,
still
but financially
different.
they're
It's
not
still
even the
different.
same.
let's
boat.
not. Okay, but I'm not trying to talk. If anything, that we got to give. You got to pay so much homage to AC Milan because they
That
don't
they
even have the
didn't.
money.
No,
but
but that's what I'm
they've been 10,
saying.
15. They've been in these bottom positions where they've been rocking like that
because they
constantly
don't.
for the
But
last
they don't
couple
have
years.
the money. Imagine they had the money United.
You can't
had.
relate United
But
and
no,
Milan.
but I'm
Like,
not. You guys are relating them as club statuses. I'm relating
On
them
the field.
On the field, we're
No,
talking
but that's what I'm
about.
saying. It's two. That's what I'm
It's two
saying. It's
different
two
things.
different.
That's why I
Yeah,
said. That's
I'm
why I
not
said you're
looking
kinda
at
right,
who's
but
the
you're
biggest
kinda wrong.
club.
No, that's what we're saying.
You know,
because
that's a total topic of discussion. I'm talking about when it comes to signings. Manchester United is the new AC Milan. If anything, we're worse because we're spending millions and millions on
you
players.
can't-
but
it's
Milan,
still
that
not
was
the
never
same.
Milan.
Like, it's
that
Milan
not
never
the
was the
same.
problem, and now we're not.
You compare it to Liverpool, compared to some teams that actually have like type of similarity. Like the fall for AC Milan is so much different.
AC Milan is not that bad. They're 5th place right now. United
no,
is
right now, but it's been
that's what I'm saying.
They've been
they're
bad for
10th.
so many years.
They're 10th.
Today, as of today,
They're joke. I don't even know. They're a joke.
They're not 5th.
Roma's in 5th. They're in 6th at 7th, something like that. Because if they would have won, they would have been in 6th right there.
Fact check that, Reese.
I think that I'm telling you.
I mean, it's all love, Omar, but I really think like
I know.
I've
I'm just
seen
saying,
United
like,
fall, like, and we all agree that United's fell, but you can't compare it to that AC Milan fall.
The only thing is, I would say no. It's been shown in the last like 10, 15 years. No club is big enough to not fall. Look at every big club. Real had that fall 07 to like 2010. They weren't really relevant
in European. Yeah,
in European. Barca had an era.
Ramos and stuff.
United's going through it now. Chelsea's going through it now. Arsenal have been going through it. No club is big enough to not
It's
fall.
impossible to win every single year in and out.
I can't think of a club who's been at the top.
Not for nothing.
Since.
Ever since, and this is why I'm getting back to the new AC Milan. Ever since, Sir Alex Ferguson left, under
They're
Moyes,
10th.
they're in 10th. But if they would have won, but look at the point differential.
Had they won, they would have been as high as 6th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's very close. It's the same thing with England right now. But if we're looking at it, after Moyes finished what? 7th.
7.
Then they got rid of Moyes. They got Van Gaal.
Finished 5th. I think.
5th the first season. Then after that, finished 4th or 3rd, something like that.
5th both years.
No,
he finished
because
fourth.
He
got
got in
in
the Champions League.
Champions League. So and then they sacked him.
For after that.
So you finished 7th and 5th. Numbers are not looking good. Okay, we made it to 4th. Under Mourinho,
finished 2nd.
they finished. The first season they finished 6th. Or 5th or something like that. The second season,
That's when
they
y'all
finished 2nd, but with a 22 gap. So right now, out of the 7 years, 4 of them, terrible positions. So I'm really not. Now, 5th position, we back into 2nd. After that, we finished 7th again under Mourinho.
Mm-hmm.
And then
No, he got sacked.
he got sacked at half
his last
But then Solskjaer came in. We was at 3rd at one point because we had that great run of form. All of a sudden, we're back in 6th or 5th.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now look
You're
at
tying
this.
it to the fall again? Or
Huh?
what are you tying that to?
I'm tying it back to it's the new AC Milan. AC Milan is not far from that.
Nah.
But out of the 7
don't
years,
know, because you know what?
Out of
Because you know
7
why?
years, you had one good season.
But you know why?
comparing league positions in 2 different leagues.
Yeah, that's
you
why.
comparing a Premier
Italy-
League and
Italy
then you're
was-
comparing Italy, where AC Milan, Inter Milan, and
are the
Juve
only
are the top
teams.
3.
And
Exactly.
United could flip it over. United literally could flip
I
it over
pray.
the
In
summer.
a season, I pray.
Milan, think about
can't
it.
do that.
Think about this. Think about this.
because we have the money to flip it.
But that's what I'm saying.
But that's why you can't compare them.
That's why
But
you
what
can't
I'm
compare
talking
them.
about, when I'm talking about the new AC Milan is in path to the new.
So,
AC
like,
Like, you know
Milan.
what's crazy?
which
This
fall is-
Milan, AC Milan might end up becoming another Dortmund. Think about who they're just signing. They're signing pretty much youth now. Rafael Leao,
Yeah,
that kid from Anderlecht.
Which is fine.
But
if
at
you
least
get back to the
Dortmund is
top,
second
you're not
place.
going to get back to the top.
At least
doing that.
Dortmund is seeing European nights is in the second place.
Honestly,
to finish it.
Dortmund's right
Dortmund's
now. Would
still
you
in
say is
the-
a bigger club than Milan right now?
Right
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
huh?
you
They're,
100%,
they're a bigger club.
But even Dortmund right now isn't succeeding that much in.
Yeah, they're
in
not
boost.
winning things,
They're
but they're a good team. They're a better team.
They're taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But that's the whole Bundesliga. If you see, it's a cycle between Leipzig, it's a cycle between Mönchengladbach, it's a cycle between Bayern, where they're getting first, boom, dropping it.
But they can't
It's
hold
so
on to it.
competitive.
No,
It's so competitive.
But Bayern's in first again.
Exactly.
So-
Yo, but it's
Exactly.
crazy because between 1st and 5th, I think in the
It's
Bundesliga,
tight.
it's like
It's
3
tight.
points. I think it's 3 points. That's crazy. It's not something like the Premier League where it's completely blowing everybody out the water. So that's a real good league right now.
The only thing I would, if you're comparing United's fall to Milan's fall is a bigger fall from grace because it's who was it at the time? It was not even Juve was really competing with them. It was just Milan and Inter. Those two.
It was the two biggest.
And then
Italy,
I don't know
Italian teams.
what happened where they just
Berlusconi
literally
left.
Berlusconi, he
Galliani-
went to jail or something like
Galliani
that.
and all
That's
that.
where they just tanked.
Well,
And then-
that's what it was because with AC Milan, when you had Berlusconi and you had Galliani, you had 2 guys that, I mean, they're just
bosses.
I mean, their 11 was legendary.
Yeah.
I mean, think about Jaap Stam.
Every single player was international.
Right. So, but my thing is now is that when those guys leave, no one's saying Milan can't get to those heights.
Yeah.
But I think what me and Islam are saying though is that there's a clear distinction of what, because even to a certain degree, let's say Ronaldo doesn't go to Juve, Juve is not really a super club. Like when I think super clubs, the 5 that I think of are Real Madrid, Barcelona,
Juve is a super club.
Manchester United, Liverpool,
And Bayern.
and Bayern Munich. Those to me are
Juve
super
is top
clubs.
10 super club, but they're not top 5. Like
Right.
we would have to rephrase that. Yeah,
Right.
They're
Top
not
5.
top 5.
Those I just feel like those 5 teams that I just mentioned. Let's throw Juve now.
Yeah.
6. I just can't players aren't going to turn those 6 teams out. Like, those are the pinnacle.
I have a
6 teams.
question for you. You're a soccer player, professional soccer player, and let me rephrase that: football player. So you're a football player right now, and you're offered those top 5 clubs. Who are you choosing?
If money is all the same?
Oh, money's all the same, and you don't be like biased because I'm a Madrid fan.
But no. But first of all, let me say
I
this,
want you to be.
You gotta
I
be
am a Madrid
biased.
fan, but just letting you know, Real Madrid is considered the biggest club in the world.
100%. So you're sitting there and you're looking at that. You're looking at that 5 clubs that you just mentioned, and you have to choose one of those 5. Who you choose?
If I'm not choosing Real, I'm actually choosing United. I think United is the second biggest club out of those 5.
Well, the thing. What's
Riggs.
the?
I'm
they're
talking.
bigger- they're a bigger
I'm
club than
talking
Barcelona.
about.
tell you-
I'm
I'm
talking
gonna tell
They're a
about
bigger
current.
club than Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
listen,
I'm
listen
talking
to me.
about current form of how those
All
teams
right,
look.
yeah.
Listen,
Oh,
listen,
you're talking
listen,
about-
I'm
listen,
talking
listen,
right
listen,
now.
listen,
No.
listen, listen.
I'm talking right now. These 5 clubs come and ask you for your signature to play for them. Who you choosing out of those 5?
It's such a faulty question.
Because there's a
Omar.
lot of
It's-
factors.
There's so
that
many
depends-
factors.
Me
what I'm
being a
looking at.
United fan, I'll probably run to Real Madrid.
Then you're not a United fan.
It's not that.
No, it's
It's
simple.
about I'm looking at a team that wants to.
Yeah, if you're looking for your career to win trophies, you're gonna pick the best.
This is what I hate about like a lot of people when they be like, "Oh, he was a United fan when he was a kid, but he didn't go play for United."
So
His job, his dream is to be a football player, to win trophies, and to be the best ever.
Most players that play.
Listen. It's different. When you come in and tell somebody like, "Yo, well, who would you pick?" There's gonna be so many biased opinions. There's gonna be so many factors to think.
Nah,
of.
but realistically,
And
you're never going to turn down Real.
never.
No,
You're
but
trying to tell me if Bruno
All right, what do you
Fernandes
mean?
Barcelona
The-
came running, he would have signed
all you have
United?
to do is look at. I'm sure all those teams went after De Jong or De Ligt, and they picked who they picked.
And where's De Jong now?
Nah, but
At
that's
Barca.
what. But that's what I'm saying because De Jong, it depends on what player you are. De Jong obviously is more suited to Barca. It depends.
Because all these big transfers, United had came knocking
Yeah, and they didn't get any of them.
because exactly.
They didn't get any of them.
That's what.
No.
that's the
No,
new
no,
Ace
no,
of
no,
Milan.
no,
But
no,
you-
no,
okay,
no,
but
no.
you wanna know something?
First of all, you can't just say United came in knocking. United never came in knocking for De Jong.
No,
That's
not for
number
De
one.
Jong.
They went from De Ligt.
The only one they got is really Pogba in terms of young
And that's a
player
big
that
signing,
was,
bro.
That's a big signing.
Yeah,
but,
so
But we sent him for free.
let's think of Mbappe. I'm sure all of them were in for Mbappe.
Everybody-
But you know where Mbappe's going.
Madrid.
No,
Real.
PSG got him. I'm sure when he was at Monaco, all of them were in for him. So he went to PSG.
And
So
where's he going now? Because
He's
you
gonna- yeah,
see,
he's
and
gonna
this
go-
is what I was telling you. That's the perfect example. As big as a club as Paris Saint-Germain is, Mbappe's probably looking at them as a stepping stone. Okay, I go from Monaco, I go to
100%.
Paris, now I go to Real.
But the thing is, like, the final destination is never
I'm saying,
Real.
Paris
You know what I
and
mean?
City.
it's
Because
not always Real.
Players have league preferences.
right.
No,
But
nobody.
you don't go from Real and think, okay, now I'm going to a bigger. That's the
can't.
thing.
I mean,
Even
but you can
United.
succeed
Even
at- no,
United.
but you can go to
I just,
Real.
I
Even
just-
United.
I just led this to a great topic of discussion. Now we have the best player in the world. Who's shaky and might leave? I don't think he's gonna leave because Messi is
Who's
Barcelona.
on?
Messi.
No, he's not leaving. That.
But he is Barcelona. Perhaps say he
Damn,
leaves.
I wanted to finish that topic.
No, but it goes back to the same topic. Perhaps say he leaves. United is an option. Manchester City's an option, which most likely I think he would go to. You have Juventus as an option. Would he play alongside with Ronaldo? That would be a dream come true for everybody.
I look at someone like Kovacic. He was at Real. In his situation, he was playing in Croatia, went to Inter, looked at in the same way as Mbappe, was stepping stone. All right, I'm going to Real. Didn't work out. That's what I don't know. Yeah, obviously it's a step back. It's a huge club, Chelsea, but it's a step down.
Duh.
But I mean,
All right, so wait, real quick, back into that Barcelona topic with Messi. Do you think Messi could actually leave Barcelona?
No.
that's number one.
No, he's-
Everybody
he's-
give just yes or no.
bro.
He's
He's
Barca.
not.
No, he's not.
He's
leaving.
not.
So
he
I-
is Barca.
I thought for a second he would.
And we
but-
discussed it. Barca would get rid of every
Matter of fact,
single
I'm sorry, my bad.
staff
I'm gonna take that
and
back. He
player.
can leave. He will leave. I think he will leave.
Let me, hold on. Let me say this because
Messi
my
is
fault.
Barca.
let me say this because I'm a Real fan. I have no problem going on this podcast and saying the hate that I have for Barcelona is real. I despise that club, but I will say this. If you're a Barcelona fan, and I don't mean to put this like. He might be considered he's a savior for you guys. Like,
No,
Oh,
he
100%.
is
He
Barcelona.
is.
no, and I'm gonna keep it real because
not- yeah, I
Barcelona. I'm a Madrid fan, and I feel like I know more Barcelona's history than they do. They have 5 Champions League.
shots fired.
No, I'm serious. They have 5 Champions Leagues. Am I right?
In total, yeah. In total.
Before Messi, they had 1.
06.
Okay.
No, well,
Domestic-
counting that? The 06 one?
Yeah. He
Okay.
was on the roster. Before he came into the picture, the gap between leagues with Real and Barca was massive. He practically closed the gap. He has every record for them. He leaves that club. I'm telling you right now, they're no more than another Valencia. He's a once in a generation player.
Would
you say?
this is what I.
Would you guys say if he leaves, it's a bigger impact than when Ronaldo left?
100%. I mean,
impact?
no,
No,
but this
it's way bigger. Yeah, it's way
bigger
bigger.
impact.
I'll tell you why.
The team
Because
Ronaldo left was stacked compared to the team that's
Messi's-
Messi.
no, but
Practically carrying
in
second
defense,
place right now.
defense,
Yo, Buzz is trash.
Ronaldo. We're talking Madrid, man. Madrid signed every great player.
Young
The
player too.
All the
Galacticos.
Galacticos.
Not just young
Mind you,
players.
the Galacticos weren't even that good, bro.
They
I'ma
didn't
put
win
it out
much.
there.
They didn't
I'ma
win
put
much.
it out
They
there.
didn't win
They
much.
weren't
All
that good
big
together.
names.
Yeah, they
It was
weren't that
all
good
big
together.
names.
They weren't that good
yo,
together because
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
problem
That's what I'm
causing
saying.
when
The
you sign.
Galacticos themselves weren't good because they all big names. You put in every single superstar on one
But
team. That's
back
not
to
how
that
it works.
topic, like I said before, Messi is Barcelona.
He is.
Everything Messi defines Barcelona. Simple. When you think
That's the difference
Barcelona,
between Barca and Real Madrid,
now
by the way.
the difference is, I don't think because the Messi made it into a super club, so now money's always gonna talk. Every player is gonna be like, "Yo, my dream is to follows Messi shoes." So now they see Barcelona as an option. Like same thing as Madrid. He built it to the club legacy where it's like, you know what? I'll sign to Barcelona any day. Same thing with Manchester United. A lot of people come because of the legacy that's behind it.
Who was there?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to be like them and fill in that shoes and play for this big club.
I'll play with them.
So would I say is the impact over? No, they can't be the next Valencia. They'll still be up
Yeah,
there
yeah,
because
use
they're
Wallen for
gonna
that
go and
statement.
get the next big signing.
He's not that far off because
not-
No,
I mean,
but
think of, if
just
you
to
really
make-
think
just to
about
make
it.
a
Say
statement.
Real Madrid, a lot of players had left it and they never felt
To
in
make
the
a
top
comparison,
two.
to make a comparison to what Omar's saying, the reason why Messi is so important to Barca and why he's so big, Messi leaving Barca is like when Sir Alex Ferguson left United.
A
You
little
get me?
bit, little
Because
bit.
this is a player who's been with the club, been carrying the club, knows the club in and out, and he went through the struggles, brought them to the high, and now they're at the high. You get me? So the thing with Ronaldo, he came to United, and United was playing good already. It's not like Ronaldo came in, we were shit, and then boom,
saved you.
it saved us. So it's real different. That's
But
the
he
two
took
differences.
you guys to another level.
Oh, took us to another level, 100%. I'm not taking it away from him. But
You guys are
there's-
already good guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the two differences. Is it's not like if Ronaldo was in Madrid since he was like 17, 18, playing
Yeah.
through their academy, played all these years nonstop in Madrid, it would be a whole different story. Because then you would fall under the same category with Messi now. You get me? But this is why Messi is such an important and vital piece in that Barcelona.
But here's
puzzle.
my thing, though. But the reason why I say that is because of this. You kind of mentioned cycles and eras, right? So with Barcelona, you have Cruyff, right?
Yeah.
In the 90s, you had
R9 a little
Stoichkov, Romario, and those guys. The 2000s, the 2000s was Ronaldinho. Messi comes in, supplants all of them. Obviously, he's their greatest ever player. But here's why it's such a delicate topic if you're a Barcelona fan. Not only is he your greatest ever player, he's arguably football's greatest ever player.
Yeah.
So to your point, Omar, you're saying, well, if Messi leaves, Barcelona can sign. Who realistically can you sign
Bro,
to fill in this man's shoes?
Yeah.
And here's another thing. You would potentially had that air 4 or 5 years
Neymar,
ago,
I sold him.
and he's gone. Now, realistically, let's say he eventually comes back. The reason he would want to come back is to play with this guy. Why would you want to come back to the club? Let's say he leaves. Now the pressure on you to fill that man's shoes.
That's the biggest shoes you have to fill.
He's
bit
I'm
more
gonna
than
keep it with
Ronaldo.
you.
More than
We're
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo
That's the
fans.
same pressure Mbappe's facing.
With who?
If he goes to Madrid and tries
Nah.
to
No, here's the difference. Here's the
because
difference.
that's what
Why?
happened to Hazard. That's what happened to
No,
Bale.
bro.
it's different.
Those are two
Messi
different-
is Barca.
It's
Messi
different.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
Let me ask you this.
Real
Mbappe's
isn't
a
Real.
Let me ask you
top-
this.
isn't
Hold on,
Real.
no. Let me ask you this. Let me
Mbappe's
ask you
a
this.
top
Let me ask you
three
this.
player.
I know, but when Mbappe goes to Real Madrid, what are your expectations?
Hold on.
No, it's high. It's super high.
Super high.
It's-
But this-
that's any player.
But
that's
Omar,
super
club.
Omar, but you're not getting this point. What number did Ronaldo wear at 7?
At 7. He wore 7 at Real.
Right.
I was like, what kind of
No,
question
no,
is
no.
that?
Right. He wore 7. Raul, what number did he wear before
7.
him? Right. So that's
Oh, you
that
can't
the
say that.
legacy continues. You can make the argument when Messi leaves Barcelona, they could retire the 10.
Yeah,
They
that's
should.
a fact.
You-
That's
you-
a fact.
you could-
That's that
So
point.
that-
he's making.
that's
my
my
point.
thing.
They're not going to retire the 10.
They
They
should.
They
though.
could.
They
If
should.
they
You could.
did, would
You
they
could.
be crazy if they did?
100%. It's an argument, but they would be a little crazy.
He's been at Barcelona since he was 12.
Not,
Not even that.
It's-
Just what he's done in for them.
Yeah, but the thing is you're gonna have players come in. You gotta understand this is it's a cycle of life, my guys.
Bro,
And
but
Messi's
yeah,
Will we ever
arguably-
find a player like Messi?
Bro,
I don't think it.
Messi's arguably one of the greatest players right now. But Maradona was arguably one of the greatest players of his time, and people
They
probably
retired-
weren't
no,
like,
no, no,
but
but
people were
he's-
probably like, "Yo, are we ever gonna find a player like Maradona?" Bro, it's life, my guy. You're gonna get better.
But no,
and
but
better and better and better.
technically they didn't because
Messi
he's
did
led
it.
them to 2 World Cups. Messi hasn't.
Oh no,
It's-
he's
it's
trying.
a whole
Look how he's trying to
different
bring
story
it.
now.
No,
No,
It's
no,
a
no.
whole
Because I'm
different
saying,
story
I'm
now.
just saying because Argentina's
It's
a
a
whole
fact,
other
not a whole
Argentina is a whole different
No, no,
story.
no,
because he's
no,
not
no.
even considered their GOAT. We're just talking strictly for Barcelona.
Legacy.
No, I understand,
He's
but I'm talking about
untouched.
like I
He's the
wasn't even
Messiah.
talking about nationality wise.
Yeah,
I was
that's
talking
a
about
different-
league wise.
right.
Like
Well, if you even
nationality-wise,
look at
there's
it-
a
No,
lot of
but
factors.
league-wise, he's better than Maradona.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But this
If
is what
you-
I'm
if
saying.
you
Every
look at
year,
it like-
Mbappe, bro, 18 years old, he could create.
He
history
could,
too.
But he won't be linked to Ronaldo. He'll come in and you expect
A lot.
Mbappe,
a lot,
Mbappe.
but you'll never be
But
compared
because
to
the things
Ronaldo.
Messi does, it's different to a Ronaldo. That's why we're also thinking that Messi, like,
That's why we
in a
always compare it
moment,
with everybody.
who else can do that in the world?
Because that's why we always have that when we have those two comparisons, which we rarely do on this topic on this podcast. But when we do, we always say like Ronaldo's the better winner, but Messi just overall is
As
a
a
better
player,
player.
right.
Who can
It's
do
not
what he
something you
does?
can deny. Like just talent wise, those passes like that
Yeah.
outrageous passes he'd be picking
Like the
across
one
the
to De
field.
Jong today was wild.
Bro.
He,
That's
And
the
that's what I'm
difference
saying.
between him and Ronaldo. Though, like Ronaldo doesn't do.
He
what
doesn't,
he-
but
that's
the thing with Ronaldo's not synonymous really with one club.
Which-
Because
Yeah.
as much as he's a legend for Real, he's a legend for United.
Legend for-
and
he's
let's
gonna
say,
be a legend for Juve.
and if he can get Juve over the line, he's a legend for Juve. So this is what I'm saying with Messi. He's a one club man.
But
And-
no, that's why I'm gonna say now. I don't think he's gonna stay. That's why I'm gonna.
he's
say.
at the end of his career. You think he's
I-
gonna leave Barcelona
bro,
now and
the
just
thing is-
basically throw
And
everything
what's
out
an
the window?
upgrade? What's an upgrade?
Not even an upgrade. I think we've already seen the.
He could make
comments-
more money at City, but would he be
But
happy?
it's not. I think last what 4 or 5 years, Barca have been so random
oh,
with
yeah,
who
yeah.
they're buying.
They haven't won
like he's
since
looking
2022.
around like, yo,
Who-
Vidal,
why-
where are you coming from? Even Griezmann, I feel like he's looking at him like, where do you?
Him
where-
and Abadal not getting along.
what direction is this club going in? So I think he's gonna see this coming, and then if they don't win it, the
Barca
Champions
would
League
get rid of
is out.
every single staff member, every single player before they would get rid of Messi, and that's on everything. Like, you got to sit
So-
there and think about it.
So you
gotta
think
sit there
more
and think
so
about it.
hit the club not letting him go?
They're
before
never gonna let
leave?
him go. Messi's just to sign Messi to 127 million just to Messi. Now you got to pay like
Oh.
another 200 million to Barca.
More than that, imagine like 5, 6,
Just
600.
like put it into
At least.
perspective. You're paying Messi 127 million a year for image rights for
Yeah.
signing him instead.
pay and all that.
Just Messi, bro.
And this is the other difference. That's why with the comparison to Ronaldo was so different because Ronaldo's a similar deal, but Florentino Perez was kind of like, yeah, but he's 34. He's
Imagine they 100
Perez,
mil.
like,
That's
like
cheap.
this is why that's kind of what a lot of people don't understand too. Ronaldo left Real for a challenge, but him and Perez were kind of like, because that's always been Florentino Perez's thing. He's always kind of like, no one's bigger than the club. Look how some of the legends have retired. Raul's walked through the door, one of Real's greatest legends, and then he was playing for Schalke.
Yeah.
You know, Casillas
Oh.
played for Porto.
Ship them out.
Right, because they're like, yo, listen, you guys are good, but
Him and Ramos had
him
their
and-
little beef.
Right, so that's what I'm
That
saying.
also comes down to the player because some players just don't want to retire.
I
They
just
don't wanna
I just
retire,
think
they
with
wanna-
Messi, but I will say this: if we're gonna be hypothetical and say if he leaves, I see him going more to Serie A than I do him going to England. Maybe
His
because
body,
of a
just
little
his-
culture thing.
Imagine seeing Ronaldo and Messi.
It can. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about that.
No team has.
Who was
the
it? Was it me? You
financial
talking about? Oh,
capability.
imagine they go to the same.
They gotta play on. Just give us what we want, man.
KD,
Just give
KD and
us.
Steph type. Yeah.
I
you
want to
want-
see that super team,
Super
bro.
team.
And
Yo,
you know,
man.
but
It's not even. Just you don't even need an 11.
Nah,
after that.
imagine we
You
talking
just
about them competing. Imagine they're on the same.
But,
team.
and you know what's crazy? You know what's
team,
crazy? I
bro.
will say this: 5 years ago, that idea would have been like so out of it because I think Ronaldo's mentality was like, no, I want to go against this.
I wanna
guy.
beat this
Like
guy.
Ronaldo, from a mental standpoint, is probably the closest we've seen to Jordan, where he's just like,
In
no,
the
I want to
soccer
beat
world,
this guy.
yeah.
But do you think he beat him?
Who, Messi?
Yeah, because I think he has a better career than Messi. But here's my thing, though. I think where Ronaldo is in his career now, 35, I think he doesn't mind being like, you know what? Let's win
One
trophies.
year, one
Let's win
last run.
trophies
Yeah, let's
together.
get. Yo, what's crazy though? What's really crazy?
I think after the season, if he wins the Champions League with Juve,
Yo, bro, pull up. Like,
Bro,
listen.
and this is what
Turin.
I'm saying. What Hulk's career comes
I mean, but-
close if he wins it. 3 Champions Leagues with 3 different teams.
More
and
than
3
three. Well,
different
you got
countries.
one United, 3.
No, no, I'm saying
Oh,
with 3 different
clubs.
teams,
Okay,
3
okay.
different clubs.
he has 4 Champions League as well. If you
Right
look
now.
at-
No, he has 5.
Who, Ronaldo?
Yeah.
3 with.
He has 4
He's
with
more
Real.
than United.
He
He
has
has 4 with Real. The
Oh,
3P,
that's
the one under
One with
Ancelotti,
United.
and the one with United. He would literally be Jordan. He would have 6 when he wins with Juve.
It's crazy.
There's no debate.
Yeah, it's
He's
a
had
great,
his
great
better
topic. What? Hopefully, we'll see. Let us know your thoughts, though. Like,
Oh, for sure.
I definitely think it's either Italy or Man City, just because of Pep. Because that was his.
I don't think Pep exactly. I think Pep
is gone.
I think he's going to. I think Klopp is going to be going too soon, guys. I don't see
He
Klopp.
just signed. He just signed though.
He's not going to be that.
But this is okay.
You see Klopp being at Liverpool for the next 5 years?
But this is
Yeah.
But this was my point
For
though.
real?
This is my point though.
Because you see how he's building the team. He's building the team like.
Yeah, but hold up. Before I'm sorry, I'm real sorry to cut you off. But you brought this earlier. You were like, oh, if Messi leaves from Barca, would it be an upgrade? Yeah, it will be an upgrade. Imagine Messi walks into that Liverpool squad. What? They win in everything.
The team.
Yeah,
Itself,
they win in everything.
Oh no, I was talking about Barcelona.
Right.
Oh, okay,
They
okay,
would
okay.
be an absolute free fall if he leaves.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. All right.
But no, but here was my point I was making about the super clubs. How you're talking about Klopp leaving Liverpool. As a German manager, Bayern Munich starts knocking.
Think about it.
Bro, no one's gonna say Liverpool's
got-
a bigger club than Bayern
this,
Munich.
this is what I'm gonna tell you. If Klopp wins everything with Liverpool, he's en route to creating basically.
He's en route to creating history right now.
And
Stay
now-
with it,
now- now
and you
rock
are
with it.
history.
They already created history.
Now
They
he's
already-
gonna make into Liverpool. Liverpool, if you look at it, was always a super club technically.
Yeah,
It was
they
never-
were. They always were.
Just because of the European success. So now he's gonna make them a super club.
They're the most club with UCLs, right? 6.
No,
in
no,
England?
no. In England, Real got what?
Real-
13 or
13.
14.
Boy, you're
13.
wild,
Yeah,
bro.
nah,
He
but
got like 13.
yeah, but y'all had someone like 1955.
Yeah.
Like,
The Stefano.
No, but you know what's funny? But I love
1920 and all
I
that.
love when people say that though, because okay, take 5 out of that. Bro, how many we have?
They got 4 in the last 5.
Right, and we had the
yeah.
3-peat.
No,
Come on,
that three-peat
Theo.
was- United almost was close to that 3-peat.
Barcelona
Barcelona had to
was-
smoke us in the final.
2 of them.
Yeah, that was probably your best chance.
Yeah, it was Ferguson after. And
We,
then after that,
low key, not even. We should have the one over you.
nah, y'all lost. Anelka slipped on that penalty.
Nah, it's Terry. Remember Terry?
No,
Terry,
no,
it was-
no.
no, it's
We
Messi.
should have had, like, if
Yeah,
you think
but
about
no,
it, yo,
not
you should
either.
have that
You
one.
know where y'all got robbed.
Where?
The Barcelona.
Barcelona
one.
one.
And that
Yeah,
one.
that
And
one.
That
That's
one
the
got
biggest
robbed because-
controversial game in
Yeah,
history,
yeah, yeah.
easily.
And the
Gush
reason-
Hindick.
Do you think we would have? I think.
Yeah, 'cause that would've been
Who do you
Barcelona.
think
beating
won
them.
that?
You were
That would
beating
be-
them.
no,
too.
You're United fans. Who do you think would have won that final? That 09 final, if it was United Chelsea.
Nah, we
Think
we-
about
I just have a hard time believing Chelsea would have lost back-to-back finals.
Yeah, because
I
we
just
lost
have
to
a
United
hard
that,
time
that
believing
year
it.
before.
But that's how it should have been.
But it happened to Juve, and it almost happened to Liverpool.
No, but that Chelsea
Yeah.
team was better than Juve.
yeah,
That Chelsea team was stacked.
Drogba, Frank
Anelka,
Lampard, Ashley
Terry,
Cole.
all at their prime.
You know, Drogba was so nice, bro, that he that ass came back to Chelsea and was still bagging
And was
goals,
still-
bro.
yeah.
Nah,
In
that
the
Chelsea,
last couple
that
years.
back-to-back, that for me was kind of like the spark that I hated Barcelona before then, but that had me like wild, bro.
Yeah, that game is controversial. We gotta end it
How-
on that topic.
How
honestly.
can you rob
End
me
it on
like
that high topic, and we just gotta let them. I want the fans to comment up first of all on that game, on that Messi and Ronaldo topic, because that's an important topic that we was discussing.
Do y'all think Messi is gonna retire at Barca? Do you think he's gonna leave? What do you think?
FFTV.
Man, FFTV out.
Well,
man.